Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Dungeon Master. This is part 2 of our dungeon crawl. I am your host, Dustin. With me again is Carl.
Hey, you guys.
We've got Martin.
Hey, everybody.
And our newbie, Matt.
Hi.
And before we get started, I'd just like to reiterate my fervent desire for you to go to dungeonmaster.com. Check out our website. You can find all the episodes there. If you're not an iOS user, you can download those from there. You can read about us. You can contribute to the cause to help us fix all of our gear issues. You can submit a form to tell us how good we are or how bad we are. But I would prefer for you to go to iTunes, subscribe, and please leave a review. I only accept 5-star reviews as currency, but apparently iTunes will accept less. But, whatever you feel like, please just subscribe and review. Also, check us out on Facebook, Dungeon Mastered. Like our page. You can get updates on contests that we're running, t-shirt giveaways, dice bags, just all these things that we may be giving you to make you happy and love us, to buy your love. Also, check us out on Twitter at Dungeon Mastered, where you will also get those updates to find out about new episodes, contests, giveaways. Once again, we are in the midst of this dungeon crawl. Episode 1 of this dungeon crawl saw us enter this contest. It's put on by this headmaster of the school. He says it's to teach an example to the students on what to do and what not to do. We really don't know how we all got to be here, but we're all here. And we've had one interesting fight with a bunch of bats. And we've had an encounter with a goblin. It's been relatively quiet so far.
Interesting is a strong word about the bats there.
Yeah. Well, you've got to upsell. You've got to upsell and really make it sound like this was the greatest bat encounter you've ever seen. So we've just left, or we're in a room right now that has a big basin of water, and we've decided to do what?
Don't worry, we were heading south, right?
Yep.
The risk is heading south.
There is a door to the south.
To attempt to head south.
Yep. All right. So Thresk
following the big meat.
That's right.
As typical, yeah. So Thresk is entering the door to the south, and as typical, you enter into the room. The door slams shut behind you.
We got to stop that one time. We got to try and stop the door slamming behind us. I think it's going to be probably impossible, but we should give it a shot.
I think you should give it a shot.
In this room, in the middle of this room, there's a big statue. It's a bald human. He has a staff in one hand, just raggedy robes, standing in, not flip-flops. What's a medieval thong? Not that kind of thong. Yeah, some sandals. How about that? No, that sounds a lot better than what we're talking about.
Whale tail.
Yeah. So he's standing there. He's got one hand out, and in the middle of that hand is a key.
Seems like a thief job to me.
Of course not. It's so obvious. The key is right there. Our fearless leader has no problems with his strength and...
How many doors are in the room?
Absolutely. How many doors are there?
That's always important information that I'm glad that someone asked. There is a door directly south, and there's a door to the west.
That makes
He speaks wisdom.
very little sense. Yeah. If you go south, that puts us like behind where we started, I think. Figure it out, meat.
Most intelligent meat.
It probably is smarter than at least my character. All right, who's going for that? Earn your pay, Brandon. Let's go after that key.
Elf, get the key.
I just don't think that I could get it as well as your majesty could.
Can we actually intimidate another player character?
Absolutely, yeah.
I can roll an intimidation check.
Sure.
So that how does that work if you try to coerce a player character's actions?
Well, I don't think there's anything about it in the book. Like, I don't know that there's precedence for this. Like, if you're trying to do like an intimidation check on another character, what I think it would do is you're doing that, and then he's going to do like a save against the ability that's from. So if it's like intimidation, you said, that would be charisma. All right. So if it's a charisma, you're going to roll the intimidation check, and he's going to roll a save against it, and he would apply his. That would be a save against charisma. That would be what I say because it's pretty ambiguous in the player's handbook.
I'm sure they'll correct us out there.
Yeah.
Now that it's on a podcast, they'll hear it and they'll have to write a rule about it.
Oh yeah. After they,
I'm sure that'll be the first thing they do.
after they promptly make fun of us for messing up the rules. And look at those guys; they should just read the player's handbook. Mm-hmm. But no, it's not in there. So we'll just. That's what I'll say for this. We'll set the precedence for our game, our campaigns. That in this case, if you're going to apply something like that, you'll roll a save against that appropriately. So if you're going to do intimidate, you'll go ahead and do your roll.
Intimidating.
18.
18 plus 5.
18 plus 5.
Okay.
And you rolled an 11 plus...
Nothing.
That's just 11?
Yeah.
Okay.
Do it, or I will eat you.
I am cowering in fear so much right now that it's hard for me to stammer away. He has just terrified me to the point of almost immobility.
Now.
He's huddling. He's scared to death. But he has an idea, so he takes out his short bow. And he's going to shoot at the key.
All right. You're going to shoot your bow at the key.
That's correct.
Let's see. What would I call that?
Called shot?
There's no called shot in this, is there? No. I'm going to say the ruling handing down from above. Let's call that... oh, man. We'll just call it... We'll do a dexterity check. We'll just do an ability check for that. So roll, and let me mentally set the difficulty in my head. All right, go ahead. So you'll roll a dexterity check.
I'm going to move first so I don't shoot.
Yeah, please don't shoot the orc in the back of the head.
Don't forget about the druid, please.
Druid was behind me. 11 plus
What's your dexterity?
4. No, I'm sorry, plus 2. Dexterity is a 14.
So it's a plus 2.
Mhm.
Yeah. I mean, it hits. It hits the key, but as it hits the key, the statue grabs, and so now the key is in the enclosed hand, and there's an arrow in the statue's grasp. And after a few moments, it just opens back up. The arrow falls, and the key is still in the hand.
Did it snap the arrow?
No.
No?
So it hit the key, but before the key could be knocked out, it snapped shut.
it.
Thresk would like to grunt
I give you permission to grunt.
and then walk up and attempt. I think I'd like to try, using brute strength to keep the hand open.
Yikes.
All right. So let me go ahead, since you're going to use I'm going to say that would be, we'll say an athletics check. I want to announce this, okay? So this is one of those homebrewed things that we had talked about in one of the episodes before. In previous editions, there's something called a skills challenge. And both Martin and I really like that idea. So what a skills challenge is, it's an opportunity where you accomplish a goal through your skills, through use of, in this case, your skills, like athletics or history or insight, those things. You have to accomplish your task using those. You get 3 chances, or you have to succeed. In a typical skills challenge, you have to succeed 3 times. Or, no, is it 5? I think it's whatever the DM sets it at. So we'll say 3 for this. If you fail 3 times, you fail the skills challenge altogether. Okay? So for this one, I'm going to say that one of you has to get that key out using a skill.
In addition to me holding the hand open, or is that...
If you can force the hand open, I would consider that a successful skill.
Well, that's what I would like to try, is to hold the hand open.
And then have the thief grab the key.
Yeah, I've already told him to grab the key.
Yeah.
I don't need to tell him again to grab the key. I'm going to eat him if he doesn't grab the key.
I would taste terrible.
So you're going to approach
orc?
the statue,
Yes.
correct?
Yes.
You get to the statue, lift your hand up. Immediately, the statue closes its fist around the key. And so you're going to force this open again, right? Force the hand open.
Well, I would say under normal circumstances with a half orc, I would say yes. But since I do have a pretty good wisdom, I would like to, look at the thing first to make sure I don't see any poison barbs or just, some reason why I wouldn't want to grab it.
Okay. Well, roll a investigation check. Excuse me, for grammar nerds, let me have you roll an investigation check, please.
16 plus 1.
Okay, yeah, you look it over, nothing. It's a statue and it's holding a key.
I would like to proceed with trying to force it open.
Okay. Give me we'll call it an athletics check. How about that?
My athletics is a +6 modifier. That would be a
Look at these
16
rolls.
plus 6 is 22.
You shouldn't have given him those dice. That's what it is. You could have kept them. So you reach up, you grab the hand, and you're just grunting, gritting your teeth, and eventually you open it up, and it's there, and it's everything you can do to keep it from closing back up. So it's up to you two guys to do something.
He has it open. Just go get it.
Elf, grab the key or I will eat you.
Your turn.
You've already successfully been intimidated, I believe.
Which, from that intimidation, I'm going to let you go over there and talk to him now. Because it's like Daddy just hit Mommy.
I just want to sit back against the wall and cross my arms.
All right, so you've only got a few moments before he can't keep this up. This is every bit of exertion that he's putting in to hold this open to the point if he can't reach up and grab it himself.
I can't do that, right? Okay, just
I'm
making
gonna
sure.
use deception on you in a second. So come on.
All right. Well, since nobody's doing anything, I'm going to say that's one strike.
I'm not here to pull freeloaders through this dungeon. Get out there and get that key.
He's gonna move over next to the orc, and he's gonna use investigation to check it out.
Okay. Roll an investigation check. All right.
That's a 4.
You see the statue with his hand open. There's a key in it. You see Thresk holding it open, and you see the statue looking at you now.
Great.
Get the key.
It looks good. I mean, he's gonna just take the key then. If nobody's gonna take it and they're gonna make him take it, he's just gonna take the key.
All right. So I'm going to say, because the statue is going to respond. If you haven't figured that out, the statue is going to respond to stop you. I want you to do sleight of hand.
Okay.
13
Plus 4.
plus 4, 17. You reach up, and as you reach up, the statue's other arm with the staff comes over to stop, and you do a little hoo-ha, yeah, you do a little something, a little hoochah. You do a little something, juke it out. You reach up and grab the key, and as you do, the statue relaxes. The hand opens up. You relax, and you've got it. The statue is now completely immobile.
All right, I'm gonna go to the door.
Okay, which door? Are you going to the south door or are you going to the west door?
I'm gonna go back to the door the way the goblin was. Was that the south door?
You're going to backtrack?
Yes.
All right, so that would be going north.
Yes. I'm going that way.
Go the other way. We've already been in that door.
Okay, I'm going to give the key to him.
So you hand the key off to Thresk.
Thresk walks. Now, I have two choices. I can go backwards or the door.
You can go backwards. You can go, which is north. You can go south, or you can go west.
I'm going to go south.
Okay. You go to the south door. The south door is just a solid door with a handle. There's no keyhole or anything, so you open the door.
Let's follow.
No. I want to go to the west door to look for a keyhole.
Okay. You get to the west door. There's a keyhole.
I'd like to put the key in the hole and open the door.
Easy, buddy. This is a PG podcast, man. Yeah, so you put the key in, you open it, you hear a
I open
and
the
you
door.
open the door.
Yes.
Yeah. All right. You going to go through the door?
I'm going to go through the door.
I'll follow him.
All right. How about you, Brendan?
He's thinking. he's gonna go try the other door first.
You're going to go to the other door?
He's gonna try it and see if it opens.
It
just
opens.
out of curiosity.
It does.
He's gonna just leave it open, and then he's gonna go into the other one.
Okay. As you go back to the other door where everybody else is, the one that you opened slam shut.
Okay.
All right, so everybody's going through the west door. As you come through, the door slams shut, and immediately there are 3 sets of eyes looking at you from 3 very large, very angry rats. That's a throwback to a previous episode. And these 3 rats are standing in the middle of the room. We've got, in this order, we've got Thresk, we've got Nolan, and we've got Brandon. And let's go ahead and roll initiative. These rats are ready to go. So we've got Brandon with
5.
a 5.
14 for Thresk.
15 plus 2, 17 for me.
17. Ouch. And I've got, looks like a, if I can find what I wrote down for this. Yeah, it looks like I've got a 15. So 17.
14.
All right, so it goes Nolan, Rats, Thresk, Brandon. So Nolan, you are first. You are directly behind Thresk.
Are they all within 20 feet of each other?
Yes, yeah. They're
All right.
in the middle of the room. The room is, all the rooms are about 30 feet.
All right. I'm going to cast Entangle in on the rats.
Okay.
It's casting time 1 action, range 90 feet. Grasping weeds and vines sprout from the ground in a 20-foot square starting from a point within range, which they are. For the duration, these plants turn the ground into an area difficult to terrain. Creatures in the area when you cast a spell must succeed on a strength saving throw or be restrained by entangling plants until the spell ends, which I think was concentration up to a minute. Let's see. A creature can make a strength check to save against the spell to free itself.
Sure. Yeah. So you're casting this
Yeah, I mean,
on a rat?
Yeah, well,
It's an area of effect. Tell me where you want.
you said they were all within 20 feet, so I guess the center rat to grab the other 2 as well.
Okay.
So right on the center rat to grab.
You're casting it right
yeah,
here.
correct.
Okay. So you cast roots sprout up from the ground. I wanted to make that clear because I told you the room is 30 feet.
Right,
So they're about 15 feet away from you.
right.
So all of you are in this area of effect.
Which is difficult terrain.
Right. And so all of you are going to roll strength checks.
I'm all right with that.
So, all right, everything's in. It's a rat's turn. And well, I guess we'll go ahead and start with a strength check. I'm going to roll it for all of them. And yeah, that's a ginormous fail for all the rats. So they're not moving.
18.
9.
All right. Thresk.
10 plus 4. 14.
Okay. So basically everybody but the rats and Well, I guess that would be
Totally worked out.
Nolan and Thresk.
Totally
they're
worked
ones
out
that
the way I
come-
meant. I knew exactly what was going to happen.
All
now
right.
you have an excuse to not do anything this time, Brandon.
He didn't have an excuse before.
So it's the rat's turn. They obviously can't do anything but look angry. So that would make it Thresk.
Thresk would like to walk up to the middle rat. How is it a half move?
Yeah,
You said
that would-
15 feet?
Yeah.
So half move. Can I still ready a weapon with the other half of move or no?
At this point, you never told me you were sheathing that quarterstaff or anything. So
Okay.
you're walking around with a quarterstaff. You've had a bow out.
Does it take
Yeah.
a whole move action to switch weapons? I'm not sure.
You wouldn't be able to do it right now. You could do it your next turn and then attack.
Oh, okay.
So,
well,
but
then
not right
I'll try to whack this rat with my quarterstaff.
Go ahead.
That would be a 2 plus 4.
Yeah, it's not going to happen. So
Now, are
that's
they at a disadvantage or anything being entangled? It's like, isn't there some sort of advantage that you get on them if they're immobilized?
No. Mainly because I didn't think about it and didn't say it. But yeah, no. Never know.
So I probably just can't move.
It's Brandon's turn.
It doesn't say anything in the
I'm
spell.
just going to try and take out a dagger and start cutting at these vines.
Okay, you pull a dagger out and start hacking away.
Whatever that.
Yep.
16.
You hack at one, and
Get 1 foot loose, maybe.
yeah,
You could just make a strength check again the next round and
Yeah.
break free.
Well, that was a.
that's what I was gonna say because the root another root grabs at you.
What's the...
They're constantly grabbing.
You got to roll against, what, a 13?
Yeah.
Oh, I just barely did it because I got a -2 on my strength. So
Yeah.
I would pass it by 1.
I mean, that probably makes sense. He was using the dagger to try to get free.
Yeah, we'll call
It's
it
kind of a strength
We'll
check.
call it a strength check because otherwise, if you were just hacking at them, the spell itself would just you'd be yeah. So I'll say you pass the strength check,
All right.
but that's your turn.
I'm free.
All right, Nolan.
So, can I maintain a concentration spell without an attack or no? I mean, what's the deal on that? I've spaced on those rules.
No, you can move and attack without breaking concentration. If you try to move, since this is a spell that's hindering movement, I would make you roll like a check against like a difficulty class to maintain concentration. But depending on what you're wanting to do, you can move and attack.
Yeah, I don't need to move. I'll break out the longbow and take a shot at the rat on the right, relative to me. That right here, this guy,
All right, he's the northern rat.
the
we'll call
northern rat. Excuse me.
him. Sure, go ahead and roll your attack.
19 plus.
Yeah, that's going to hit.
Okay.
No, you know that.
All right,
That will
so
hit. Roll your damage.
Damage is 8 plus 2, so die 8 plus 2, so 3 plus 2.
All right, so you fire an arrow into this rat, and it screams out. It's obvious in pain. It's not dead, but it's in rough shape. So that means it's the rat's turn. Let's do a group strength check, see if we can get out of this junk. That's a nasty old fail. So no rats are moving. So no turn from the rats. So that would make it the rest turn.
The rest going to attack the rat that he doesn't have to move to get to. With a 3 plus a 4, 7.
Did you swap weapons? Did you want to do that?
Oh, yeah.
Nope, tough. Sorry.
But I mean,
Sorry, bro.
I'll take the same. I haven't moved, so I could attack with a quarterstaff with a 3 plus 4. Mm-hmm. Is it a miss?
Yeah, it's a miss.
Okay, now I can switch weapons, right?
Yep.
Okay,
And by the
let's-
time you get to your next turn, you'll be ready to attack. Sure.
I'm going to switch to my great axe.
Okay. You begin that process. Brandon.
Brandon is... he'll probably take out his short bow and shoot at one of the rats.
Okay. So you're going to sheathe your dagger.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to pull out your short bow. Okay. Yeah, I'll let you do that. Those. Well, doing one of those, I guess, would be a minor. Yeah, I'll let you do it. Go ahead. So roll your attack.
Okay. I'm just checking my line of sight. Probably going to have to move over just slightly.
Okay. Now you can't do that. You
Okay.
can't sheathe a weapon and pull a weapon out and then move.
Well, I'll just shoot around my companion.
Let's hope it don't hit.
No whammies. 11 plus 2.
13?
No, plus 4.
11 plus 4.
So 15.
All right. I'm going to roll real quick, see if you hit him. Okay, you don't. You're aiming for which rat?
This rat over here.
This rat here. Roll your damage.
That is going to be a 1d6. 6 plus 2 is 8.
Nice.
All right. You fire one into that rat, and he just squeals out and falls down, doesn't move. I'd say you've avenged yourself. Very well.
You're lucky I didn't shoot you.
All right, so we're back to Nolan.
You've actually killed more monsters than I have so far. Just as a note. Actually, no, that's not true. I got plenty of bats. All right, my attack. Right.
Yep.
Continue to concentrate on the entangle spell. Continue to take a
Attack
shot.
the top rat.
Top
yep.
northern. 5 plus 4. 9.
That's a miss.
Miss.
So you fire a miss on that one. And let's see, it makes it the rat's turn. Oh, that's a critical fail on the rats.
Make a roll.
One is dead. The other two, I'm going to say,
roll at a disadvantage next turn.
yeah, I'm going to say you have advantage. Everybody has a round of advantage. So, however, there is a rat in front of Thresk because he has so graciously reminded me. And you're going to love this crit. That's a critical fail on that rat. So
2 in a row?
yeah, that's massive, massive fail. I would, at disadvantage, I would roll twice to see which one's lower.
I'm not sure can they even attack an entangle?
Yeah, you can attack and doing stuff. So it just
broke
hinders
out.
you from moving. It's,
Okay.
yeah,
Yeah, they just can't move.
they just can't move, and he's in melee range. So, but this is a miss. So this rat attempts to and somehow works himself even deeper. So as long as you, Thresk, are attacking this guy, you're going to always have advantage.
Okay.
So it is Thresk turn.
Thresk is going to attack.
So with your
Great axe.
great axe. So roll your 20-sided die. That's 3. Roll it again.
1.
Oh,
So,
All right.
it's a 3, and then I forgot that I was the proficiency. So I think it's a plus 6. So 4 from strength and 2 from proficiency. So that's a plus 6, so 7.
yeah. So we're going to ignore that one
All
since
right.
you have advantage. And yeah, that man, that's like 3 critical fails in a row. How about that? So yeah, you attack, you miss, nothing happens. So now it is Brandon's turn.
So this one's dead and gone. So we have 2 left.
Right. There is the rat towards the northern end of the room, and then there's one in the center of the room and behind Thresk that you currently can't see.
Can I now shift over?
Yep. You want to
Just
go
to-
about...
That's fine.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to use my sneak attack, which if I have advantage, I can have a sneak attack with either a melee or a ranged weapon.
Yep.
So that's a 10 plus 4, so that's a 14. And then a 3 plus, so I'll
All
take
right.
the 14.
Well, the 14 will hit, so roll your damage.
Which will be a 1d6 plus an additional 1d6. So that's 4. And so 7 plus 2 is 9.
All right. You pierce this one right between the eyes, and it falls down dead. So the only rat left is the one in front of Thresk. So, Nolan, your turn.
So can I move and attack the one in front of Thresk? Or do I already have an angle of attack on the rat or no?
I'll let you try to shoot around him, but you have a move,
I will
and
move.
attack.
I would like to move south and attack the middle rat that's in front of Thresk.
Okay. Yep, we'll move to the south. Roll a dexterity check.
Okay.
Since this is an entangling root spell and there are roots all over, I want to make sure that you don't trip and lose concentration.
15.
Yeah, you're fine. All right, you move. You've got an angle from this vantage, so you want to attack.
Attack. 6 plus 4.
Okay, you fire and you miss. It is now the rat's turn. This guy's not breaking out. Oh my god! All right, it's a critical miss. It's a 1. All right, so
He chews his tail off. He had an itch.
the rat cannot move whatsoever. He is already at disadvantage. Anyone attacking this rat gets a +2.
Thresk will attack the rat. With an 18.
Yeah, you
Plus a lot.
attack. Yeah,
Roll it again. You might get a critical.
yeah.
It's not necessary. Well, maybe.
You've got advantage.
To him,
roll
I
twice.
believe.
20.
Okay. 1.
You got a critical.
Guess we'll take the 18.
18 is a critical?
No.
One
It's a
is-
critical
Oh,
miss.
You got a
critical
critical
miss.
fail. Yeah.
All right, so it's a 1d12 plus 4 damage. 1. So 5 damage. Yay. Yeah. Somebody turned on the 1 machine.
This rat is in the worst shape. But he's still there. So it is now Brandon's turn.
Brandon's going to try and continue to move towards the northern side of the room to see if he can get a better angle on this rat, and he's going to loose one more arrow.
Okay. So you'll move half movement to the
Which
north.
rat are you attacking?
And I'm going to be attacking the only one alive, which is the center one.
Are you moving a full movement or half movement? Where in relation do you want to be?
I think I'll do as long as my line of sight's okay.
With the width of the size of this room, sounds like nitpicking, but the size of this room, you could go completely across.
I think I'll probably just stay where I'm at. As long as I'm not endangering him, I'm just going to, that's as far as I want to go.
You want to do a half movement to the north. Okay,
Right.
go ahead.
And then I'm going to do a sneak attack on that rat.
Yep, go ahead.
16 plus 4. Well, just in case. Nope. Okay.
All right.
And then, so that's a 4. 8 plus 2 is 10.
Yep. All right. So this rat is dead. And just for clarification, I know we did this in the last episode. If there's anybody out there that's hearing him say, I want to do a sneak attack, and you're thinking, all right, well, you're not behind him, you're not stealth. In 5th edition, they use sneak attack to talk about a rogue attack on an enemy that the rogue has advantage over, in which case you get to roll twice and apply a larger amount of damage. But in this case, it doesn't matter that explanation because everything's dead. All right, so
I dropped my entangle spell.
drop the entangles, but thank you for throwing that out there. Yeah, so everything's dead. The room is empty, and there you go.
We just came south, so how many doors are in this room?
In this room that I've completely forgotten where we are because y'all were pawning rats.
No, we didn't come south. We went west.
Yeah, you went west. There we go. You have a door to the south, and you have another door to the west.
We don't want to go west. That was a room we've already been in. We've already been in that room. That was the room the goblin wanted us to go back into.
No, I think we
Assuming
that
that
is
we're not
correct.
in.
That's correct. That's the room that led to the goblin room.
Yes, that's the cauldron room with the big. No, that's the wizard room.
That's the bat room.
That's the bat room.
I mean,
Yes.
it wouldn't matter if we went back into that room anyways, because then we would have to make a decision to go into the room we're currently in south or some other door from there.
I would like to go south.
Let's
If you
go south.
remember in that room, it also had 4 doors in all directions. So, at which point you're the only unexplored door would be the far west in that room.
Correct.
Your option here is to go south.
That's what I would like to
Yeah.
do. Thresk would like to walk south and open the door, or attempt to open the door.
I will follow the big guy.
One of these days, I'm going to get in a trap, and it's not going to be good. Just opening these doors.
Terrible.
All right, so you go south, you open up the door, and I'm assuming, what's the order we're going in? Thresk first?
Thresk is first.
Druid second.
All right, so you go in the door. This door has a probably 5-foot walking space around the outside of the room. And then there is a 20-foot gap. Just a pit. And in the center, there's a 5-foot square, just column coming up from the pit. And in the center of that, there's a long metallic rod. You have a door to the south from here and a door to the west.
So there's a pit with a column sticking up out of the middle of it,
Right.
and something on that.
Looks like a metal rod.
Does it appear to be structurally sound?
All right. Let's call that an investigation check. You're going to check to see if this is a structurally sound thing from where you are. So roll an investigation check.
All right, I get a +1 on those. So a 20 plus
Nat
1.
20.
That was a nice roll.
All right, sure. Yeah. You kind of walk around and get a couple different angles on this thing, and it looks structurally sound, but there's something odd about the shape of it as you walk around it. It looks solid, but the dimensions of it change as you walk around the edge of the room.
Can I make an Arcana check? If it's magical in nature,
Yeah, sure.
it's an intelligence check, which is +1, and I'm proficient in it, so it's going to be a +3 to a 17.
Okay. You absolutely detect two sources of energy from this. There's one, just the room itself seems to be just filled with it. And then you sense a very strong source of energy from the metal rod itself.
Is this a dark light? What kind of room is this like?
The room is the same normal light as most of the rooms have been.
Okay.
It's not low light. It's just, a decently lit room.
Thresk would like to look down in the pit.
I'm going to move my guy to the next door.
Okay. First off, Thresk, you look down into the pit. It's black. It's a dark pit. You don't see any discerning things whatsoever. You are going to do what?
This is just a pit in the center, so there's
Right.
a walkway. You can walk around it.
Right.
Correct. I'm going to walk. There's a door to the. We just went through the door that's north of us. So
Right. There's a door directly north,
And then there's a door.
to the west, and to the south.
Okay. I'm going to go stand by the door to the west.
Okay.
Since I detect
Elf,
tomfoolery,
we've already been in that room. That's the room we started in.
I'm going to move to the south.
Okay. So you move around to the south.
Hopefully something comes out of that pit and gets you. Now that you're furthest away from the party.
Thresk is really wanting to kill something that's not an animal. But it looks like a piece of treasure, possibly. And treasure usually might make it easier to kill something that's not an animal. So I tell Nolan
Yeah.
that I think we should retrieve that.
How far is the pit?
The pit itself is about 25 feet, or 20 feet, excuse me. You've got a 5-foot walkway.
Mm-hmm.
You've got, 10 feet.
So if you wanted to jump,
It would be
from-
5 feet out, and then a 10-foot pit, and in the center there's a 5-foot pedestal.
10-foot gap. You said then.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how far can we jump without an athletics check? 10 feet seems pretty far. I don't have jump prepared. Otherwise, we could just use jump. That would be easy enough.
Okay. So
So what's the?
Thresk talks to Nolan. I'm thinking of jumping out there.
Sounds good, boss.
But I'm not sure that there is actually there. I have rope. So,
We can.
do you think you two could pull me back up if I fall?
Hey, I found another door over here.
Is there anything on the ceiling?
that's solid.
We'll tie it to the door. That's the most strongest thing in this room because Brandon ain't bringing any muscles to the table, and
It-
neither am I.
Is the doorknob of construction that might that we
Yeah,
might
it's it's just a pull, like a C-shaped handle.
okay.
You haven't been able to break.
You could tie something to it. And
mean,
All right, I would like to tie my rope.
I can't guarantee it won't break. I'm just saying you could tie something to it.
we'll hold it too, but as a backup, as an anchor, tie it to the door too.
Elves, hold this. I want to. Thresk ties the rope to the door, and the other hand to himself.
Okay.
And apparently, this jump is too long to make under normal circumstances, so I will have to make an athletics check versus whatever DC you set.
Yep.
Is it too long?
Yes, it's a 9, half my strength, which is 18. So I could jump it if it was 9, but unfortunately, it's 10.
Just one short.
So
Bit of grab. All right. Well, go ahead and roll.
all right, is everybody in place holding the other end of the rope?
Yes, I am.
What do you? All right, go ahead.
So are we going to have to also make our strength check as you fly through the air like Mighty Mouse?
We'll see.
If he doesn't, you
right.
just make
All right.
it. Just make it.
6 plus 6, 12.
Okay. What was the math? I've completely lost train of thought.
Never a good sign.
The math for the
6
distance.
plus 6. Sorry,
12.
So it's 12.
Oh boy, this guy's getting heavy.
All right. That will be a fail. I would like for you to roll me a saving throw.
Against
Do it against
Falling.
wisdom.
wisdom.
Yes.
I get a plus 3 to wisdom. 10 plus 3.
All right. Everybody else make a save versus wisdom. Or a wisdom saving throw.
7 plus 3.
Yeah, 12. I don't have any bonuses on.
No bonus? Okay.
Oh, wait. Hold on. Against wisdom? So that's 7 plus 5, so 12.
Okay. You don't make it, and you start falling. The rope goes taut, and it does not break, nor does the door do anything. So you swing back around and you thud hard onto the rock. Roll a die 4 and divide it in half. All right, well, it's a 1, so don't divide that in half. So take 1 damage. And you guys are standing there holding this taut rope. And he's hanging.
Let's pull him up.
Look good, boss.
I'd like to climb up if I can climb.
Okay. You guys, since you said you were going to pull him up first, let's each of you roll an athletics check.
Oh, God. This is going to be rough.
That's going to be with a -2, so that's a 9.
9.
Yep, he rolled a 9.
Oh, wait. I'm looking for my...
Are they pulling up together? Or
So at 10, I got to be over a 10. Oh,
Okay.
4.
So you guys just start grunting, and you're not doing anything.
You sure are heavy, boss.
Thresk, you feel the rope shaking.
Thresk tries to climb. Rolls a 1.
So that's a fail. All right, Thresk, you start scrambling, trying to climb, looking for a handhold, and nothing to grab, and you're just scrambling, and you feel the rope jerk just a little bit, and you feel like you're a little lower than you were before. Everybody roll a die 20. Save versus wisdom.
7 plus 3. I got a 10.
All right. Carlton got it.
An 8.
You just kind of blink for a second, and you're like, what the heck? And you look out, and Brandon is holding this rope and just straining like crazy to pull Thresk, who is laying flat on the floor about 8 feet in front of you, and the rope is taut a little bit. Brandon actually seems to be pulling the knot loose a little, but he's just laying on his belly. Thresk is just sliding his hands, and it is now evident to you that it's an illusion, and there is no pit.
So I'd like to walk over to Thresk and pick him up.
Hey, boss, that stupid elf let go of the rope.
All right.
There is no pit. There's no pit. Stand up.
So, guys, roll another save.
I'm telling you, he betrayed us.
18.
He
All right.
betrayed us.
So, Thresk just stops and looks and realizes that there's nothing going on, and he's just like, he stops, butterfly, overhead stroking. He stops swimming on the concrete. Brandon does not, and he's still pulling the rope as hard as he can.
Did you let go, boss?
Just go grab the quarter. Just take off the rope.
I can't stop laughing. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
So Thresk stands up.
Thresk stands up. Brendan, you're thoroughly just blown away by how these guys are walking on air.
And,
I just
and
leave him
unties
like
the
that.
rope and walks over to the item of interest, but does not touch it. Looks over at the druid and says, "What is that?"
I mean, I've already made an Arcana check against that. I can make another one up close or anything. Would that be appropriate? Is that gonna? I mean, well,
I don't know if an Arcana check would that let you identify an item.
no, probably not.
If you wouldn't be able to tell if it, you can tell from your previous one that it does have some magical energy about it.
But Thresk doesn't know that.
Well, he does. He's asking if it would be.
It's magical.
worth
I can tell you
doing
that,
another
but I don't
Arcana,
know
so-
the nature of the magic. I don't know the nature of the magic. It is magical, though. I can't tell if it's harmful or good. I mean,
Brandon, let me have you roll another saving throw.
Poor Brandon. Poor guy.
15.
All right,
15.
you finally figure it out, and you still stand there. You got the rope in your hand. You finally figure it out, but at this point, nobody's paying attention to you. But you feel like an idiot.
I'm just glad that they're actually not walking on air.
I say grab it.
Thresk is pretty brave, so he'll grab it.
Okay, you grab it, you pick it up, and you've got it. It's
Some kind of
slightly warm to the touch, but you've got it.
look like some kind of bludgeoning weapon, or
It's probably about 6 inches long. It's
Oh.
just a little, a metal rod, probably about as thick as your thumb. But other than that, there's
without
nothing.
consulting anyone else, I just put it in my pack.
All right.
And I walk over south and try to open the door.
Okay. Everybody going to follow?
Yep.
Well,
I'm
you're already at
there.
the south door. All right.
Still
So
holding the rope like a bunch of jerks.
all right.
Oh, yeah.
You want the
I
rope?
need my rope back.
Yeah.
Before I toss it down the non-imaginary hole.
All right. So you
Before
get
I
your
open the door, I'd
you
like
get
to
your
give you
rope
the rope.
back. You go to the south door, and you open the door.
Yep.
Yes.
Thresk first.
Drew
Yes.
second.
No one's. Is that going to be the? We'll just go ahead and say. Is that going to be the order
Yeah.
from here on out?
That's fine.
Okay. You open this door, you go through, and in this room, there's a wooden box in the middle of the room, and nothing else.
I think the rod's going to probably come into play here. What are we going to do? You going to go forward? Are you going to move up? Or
Yeah, boss, go bang
Thrust.
on it.
Thresk is getting tired.
I mean,
I think we might have started calling him Thrusk.
Thresk.
Some-
Thresk.
Some
not
Thrusk or
Thresh.
Thrusk.
Yeah.
Getting tired of this non-combative thing. What other doors are in here?
Just go see if it's got a rod-shaped hole in the box.
In this room, you've got a door to the east.
East.
Yes.
East. Oh, okay.
I'm going to walk up to the box.
Okay. So
And start-
Nolan walks up to the box.
Inspect it.
All right, you look at the box. It's solid. It's a wooden box, almost like a crate laying flat.
Any keyholes or anything on it?
No.
Just straight up
Solid wooden box.
solid wooden box.
Thresk is irritated. Thresk. I can't even remember my own character's name. Thresk is irritated.
There's no lids or any way to open this box at all.
Not from the sides that you see. There's no
Okay.
hinge or anything like that.
Well, I'm gonna step back from it a little bit. I'm gonna let Thrush.
Thresk.
I'm gonna let Thrush.
Get the name
We're
right.
terrible at this.
Yeah. pick it. Yeah. I'm not gonna go around the other side of that box. Why don't you check it out? You want
Thresk
combat?
says okay and walks up to the box and actually touches it to kind of inspect it, and part of the inspection is trying to see if he can pick it up.
Okay. So you're going to pick up the box.
So see if you can pick it up. You know, like if you're going to move a piece of furniture and you kind of lift it up a little bit, see if am I going to be able to pick this up, or do I need to
Step
get
back
5
a
guys
little
over
bit.
here?
You could pick it up.
Okay,
And step back a little bit.
I pick up the box. Does it seem excessively heavy?
No, it's not very heavy at all. In fact, it feels empty.
All right.
Dang
Move
right.
about 10 feet away.
Sorry, for those of you listening, I was organizing the battlefield and I started to move Martin's character's token
Negative.
from the door. He was, no, don't move me anywhere away, anywhere closer to anything.
Yeah, I want to back up about 10 feet away from the box. There's no reason for me to be any close to it.
And
Well, hold on. Did you say you were going to pick up this box?
I could pick up the box, I guess, is what I was checking out. Let's see.
Okay, so you didn't say, because
It
that's what I
seemed
want to make
empty.
sure.
Yes, I'm going to pick up the box.
All right. He picked it up before you got to move. That's what I'm saying. So you pick up the box, roll initiative. There is a very large box-sized spider. And so you've got let's see, Thresk, you've got a...
15 plus 2.
All right, so you're
Yeah,
17.
7.
7 for Brendan.
I get a +2 as well, so,
So
I'm at
6 for Nolan. Spider gets a 15, so it will be Thresk, Spider, Brendan, Nolan.
All right. So unfortunately, I am holding a box.
You sure are.
I'm assuming that means my weapon is not ready.
Well, you didn't say you put it up, so you picked up a box while you have your warhammer or your
Great axe.
your great axe.
Wonder what that looks like. So,
It looks, like you're
Awkward.
so what? Tell me, are there any implications of having to get rid of this box before I attack, or does that take up a move action, or?
No, I'm going to say you're surprised at this point, and so you don't get a reaction.
Okay.
The next round, you can throw the box, and then I'll let you attack. But
about
at this
me?
point, you're just spider. Yeah.
Am I surprised?
Yes. Well,
Can we,
I'm going to say it's different for you. You have nothing in your hands, like to attack, or nothing with which to keep you from reacting. But he just jerked up a box, and there's a thing in there. But it's so guess what? Spider's attacking Thresk. He rolls a 20.
Nice.
So let me look over here at my little thing here. So that's going to be 1d6 plus 1.
How
Since
bloody
it's
are
a
you?
critical hit, it would be 2d6 plus 1. So that's a 6 and a 4. That's 11 damage.
Okay.
All right.
how bloody are you?
Pretty bloody.
All right. So
So far, if you're counting, I have sustained 14 points of damage.
that is Brandon's turn.
Brandon's going to take a move action to try to get to the flank of the spider and pull out his bow and
All right.
Smack
So
one.
you're going to go directly to the side of the spider,
Yep.
and you're going to attack with your bow.
Yep. I'm going to do a sneak attack.
Okay. All right. You don't have advantage over the spider, so you can't do a sneak attack.
I don't have to. If the target has an enemy within 5 feet of them, then I can
There
do
we
that.
go.
So since Thrisk is the target within 5 feet,
There
he
you
can
go.
also get the sneak attack.
Tossed you that softball. You hit it out of the park.
Knocked it
Wanted
out,
to
baby.
explain that to the listeners. There
Love
you
it.
go. That's my cover up. Yeah. No, seriously, I wanted to point that out. I just don't like the way they say sneak attack. They should call it something else.
I agree.
But yes, if the target is engaged on something else, you can either that or advantage.
As long as he's not dead,
Yeah.
fingers crossed.
Yeah. So yeah, go ahead, roll.
That would be an 8 plus 4, which is a 12.
That is a miss.
Oh, man.
All right. So Nolan.
Dari, how many hit points do you have left, Matt?
Uno.
Uno. All right. Well, I was going to probably use one of my poison something cantrips. I think poison spray, but I think we need to keep you alive, Meat Shield. So I am going to cast a healing word on Thresk, which is healing word. A creature of your choice that you can see within range regains hit points equal to 1d4 plus your spellcasting ability modifier, which happens to be wisdom and I think is +3. So,
so 1d4 plus 3
yep.
hit point recovery.
Yep.
So there you go.
3 plus 3.
So you have gained 6 hit points, Thresk. Excuse me.
And that's going to be. Am I going to. Well, I already said I was going to cast that spell, but. Yeah, we'll just go with that.
Okay.
Can I move? Can I cast a spell and then move?
Yeah, you could move.
Okay.
Minor action.
I want to retreat, looks like in the westward direction away from the spider. Is a minor action to disengage?
No, you can't disengage from this guy. If you leave, you're gonna it's
We'll
gonna be
stick
an
around.
attack of opportunity.
No, we'll stick around. I'll break out the scimitar next round.
Okay, you can go ahead and put your bow up.
Yeah, we'll do that.
All right, so you do that. Now it is Thresk, the newly rejuvenated Thresk.
Thresk, as a bonus action, is going to go into a rage. Now, rage twice before I rest. Can last up to 1 minute, which is 10 rounds. I get +2 to all my damage. I get advantage on strength checks and strength saves. I get resistance, which is taking half damage to bludgeoning, slashing, and piercing damage. And yeah, so Thresk is pretty upset about being reduced to
All
only
right.
1 hit point.
Thresk smash.
So you roll a
That's right.
You roll a strength check, and if you pass your strength check, you get advantage.
No.
what it's
I
saying?
get advantage on strength checks. Any I do
gotcha.
in the next
I
10
gotcha.
rounds.
Okay, go ahead.
So it doesn't do anything for hitting, but if I do, in fact, hit, I get an extra 2 damage.
Sounds good. All right, so you're now in a rage.
Yes, for 10 rounds. And I'm going to attack with a 10 plus 2 plus 4, so 16.
You hit.
All right, and I get 1d12 plus 6 damage.
Poor spider.
And that is a 2 plus 6, so 8 damage.
All right, you clobber the spider pretty good. I'm just going to throw this out there that we never put down the box. I'm just going to give you that. So,
Oh.
yeah, you threw the box down. Or how about this? In your rage, you just
Smashed
crush
it.
the box. You smash the box in your hands and you hulk out. "Rah!" And then you crush them. All right, so now it is the spider's turn. And the spider is just absolutely gimped up, just beat up from that massive crushing he just took. He attempts to lash back out at Thresk and misses. So the spider misses and is now going to try to move away. So that would give both of you an attack of opportunity. So we'll go Thresk first.
17 plus 6. All right. And that's a D12 5 plus 6, so 11 damage.
Okay. You just crush the spider as it tries to get away, as it tries to limp away, and it just rolls, it curls up in a ball like spiders do.
That's right. And I will end my rage because that'll make conversation very difficult.
Good job, boss.
All right, we need to, if you actually want any more healings, we're going to need to take a break here in terms of spell casting. I'm spent. I've got some cantrips left, but if you actually want your druid to do anything, we need to take a quick break party.
So has anybody... have we actually encountered the rules for resting? I think they're a bit more complicated than they used to be.
Yes, there's short rest and there's long rest, and thankfully elves get a 4-hour trance, so they can recover all of their abilities in a 4-hour trance.
But you still have to take a full 8 hours for it to be considered long rest.
I'm more interested in how many hit points I recover with a rest.
All right, so what are we going to do?
Well, elves, you want to take a 4-hour... What do you call it?
Trance. Yeah, I mean, basically, I need a long rest to recover my spell slots, which includes heals, and you'll get some hit dice back. So, I guess is that if you take 4 short rests and I take 1 trance, is that how it works? Or
Say what? I didn't understand.
So
what
a short rest is 1 hour, and for each short rest, I would get 1 hit die to roll to recover hit points.
Mm-hmm.
So if they rested for 4, I could take 4 short rests.
Yeah, that sounds right. Or you could do 1 long 8-hour rest, but there's no midpoint between them. So I would assume that would be
a long rest. So we want to take a long rest, right? No. Okay.
You want to take a short rest, so you'll do your trance. You'll regain 4 hours worth of hit die.
But no rages. I still only
no
have 1
rages,
rage.
right?
It's okay.
So you don't get the benefit of a long rest, but I do. That's basically okay.
Right, because he has to...
You
But I
and-
get to roll a D12 4 times and add Constitution to it. So is that what we're doing? 4-hour trance?
There
All
you
right,
go.
4 short rests. I get... That is a 9 plus... I think my Constitution is 3.
Do you need
So
any resting
that's
for anything,
12.
Brandon?
I think I'm fully recovered.
I guess Brandon's going to be on watch for that period. Do you need a trance for any reason?
No.
Yeah,
He
so
doesn't
Brandon's
have
going to be
to
on
for it.
watch.
Okay. Well, while you guys are doing your short rest, sounds like we need to take a long rest because we are over an hour. So we will call this a day. Give this a rest period. This was a little bit more action packed, a little bit more going on. You guys are making good progress, so let's see if we can finish this thing out next week, and we'll see how we do. It's been fun. So for Carl, for Martin, for Matt, I am Dustin, your host. We will see you next time on Dungeon Mastered.